There is no shortcut. We all want that shortcut. And they may appear from time to time that looks like, oh my God, this is a shortcut. Yep. And sometimes it's too good to be true. And that's why you're going to have to get really comfortable. And I mean, really comfortable with the process. You hear me talk about it and you hear everybody else talk about it because it's an actual real thing. The journey is where people really have a hard time. They want to blame others. They want it to be fast. I mean, I'm guilty of it. There's no way you're not guilty of it. Where we're like, let's say you're on a weight loss journey. You just want it to be fast. You're on a mental health journey. You just want to feel better. You want your anxiety to go away right now. You want your house to be clean right now. You will sometimes sacrifice so much looking for that shortcut versus putting that energy into the long-term sustainable consistency, right? And that's what we're going to talk about because, oh my goodness. And I'm going to give you we're going to unbox it, but I'm going to give you 3 good tips to help you. One is kind of like standard. It's always going to be the 5 journals. 5 journals are always going to help you. That's not really a tip for this. It's just going to always be a tip for something. But I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to tell if you're looking for that shortcut and how to really work on your patience. Now, let's be very clear. If you have anxiety, you have OCD, you have ADHD, sometimes that patience, oh gosh, sometimes that's a big struggle. It's okay. It's a reason, not an excuse. We always have to have reasons, not excuses. Because if you go, well, I have OCD or I have ADHD or I have depression, you're automatically saying, oh, well, I'm automatically going, this is too hard. And that is going to be your number 1 tip. Are you thinking like, oh my God, I want to start this new project. I want to do these new things. It's just too hard. Like you just want it to be fast. You'd rather it just be here. You want somebody to tell you how to fix it. You want somebody to come in, do it for you, and then never give you the tools that you need, but it's done, right? So number 1, you are looking for a shortcut and you're not willing, and I say willing, to go through this process because this growth process is hard. That's right. It's hard. But if you go into it going, it's hard, this is too hard for me, or this is impossible, the verbiage in your head lets you know that you need a shortcut because you're not going to believe yourself. You're not going to trust in yourself for the process, right? So if you're sitting there and you go, well, this is never going to work for me. And then somebody goes, oh my God, look, here's $1 million. You just won $1 million. You're like, oh my God, I never thought that would be me. Of course not, because you're looking, believe it or not, for a fast fix. You're looking for it to be fast. You're looking for it to be easy. It's not. So how do you prevent that? You accept that it's a journey. You accept that failure, believe it or not, this is a failure resistance. Failure has to happen. Failure is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. And so are mistakes because that helps us. And on your growth journey, on your feeling better journey, on your losing weight journey, on your decluttering journey, you will take steps forward and you will take steps all the way backwards at times. And you have to, so you can implement your new tools into your strategy, right? So you want to get really clear that this isn't going to be a fast fix. I'm not just going to find love. I'm not just going to lose the weight. I'm not just going to get decluttered. I'm not just going to lose my anxiety. I'm not just going to no longer be depressed. No, you're looking for a fast fix. It's not there. Okay. So that's one sign. And then it's committing that mindset to going, it's okay. I'm probably going to screw it up and it's probably going to suck along the way. But the end goal, I'm going to appreciate every bit of my journey. So the end goal, it's not so much like I'm looking at this mecca to make me feel better. It's number 1. Number 2 is that you are way too overwhelmed because you're trying to do way too many things and you don't have micro goals. Of course, we just recently, believe it or not, a couple months ago, got into the new year. It feels like we were just here, but you have these big goals. I'm going to spring clean my entire house. I'm going to get organized. I'm going to be so much more better with my journaling. I'm going to be, okay, great. So what's your plan? Well, I'm just going to be better. That's not a plan. You want somebody to go, and a lot of my content will give you tips and tools, but you're going to have to customize it to yourself. I don't care who you listen to. I don't care what you listen to. You're still going to have to customize it for yourself, right? You still want to do that. You want to own it. Stop looking for everybody to give you like the solutions, right? So you need these micro goals. So you're looking for it kind of like, fast and easy because you don't want to have to deal with it. That's causing overwhelm. And you're trying to do way too much. You're trying to do way too much. You're trying to do all these amazing things, and yet you have no strategy for it. You're not planning for it because it's this goal. It's what you want, and you're just looking for the shortcut to get there. If I could just get a shortcut. Well, I'm giving you some shortcuts. Micro-goaling, there's a whole podcast, episode 37 on micro-goaling is on that. That is a shortcut to a point. It's a shortcut to make it easier for you to accept the journey, because it's not so much a shortcut as it is a debriefing of this overwhelmingness, because it's not really a shortcut. It may take you longer to get there, but you'll be more sustainable in doing so. So the shortcuts and the fast way to get there and how you want this to be here and can I just do this? Again, it's kind of a human trait. I think we all want things fast. We all want a shortcut to get there easier and faster and more productive. And that all sounds great. But the reality is it's not always going to work that way, because you're not taking into consideration, especially if you're dealing with, like, say, another person. You're like, oh, love or relationships, they have full free will. So your shortcut to hurry up and get better and over your insecurities so you can have this relationship, there's no shortcut for it. You're still going to have to feel it. You got to feel it to heal it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to love it. It is what it is. But it's factual. So you're looking for a shortcut because you're looking for happiness quicker. That's essentially what it is. Like, why we all look for shortcuts is we want things to be easy. We want it to be less stressful. But the reality is sometimes, well, not sometimes, all the time, if you don't have the resilience by experiencing this stress, good, bad, or indifferent, you're not going to have the tools in case something gets thrown your way. And if you're always looking for the shortcut, you're going to like really spiral. Let's pretend somebody gave you all these shortcuts. Let's pretend it was a thing. And then something happened and they didn't give you a shortcut. You're going to be like, what do I do? Oh my God. You're going to have no resilience. You're going to have no skills. You can't look at it. You can't change your life on a dime. You can't change your life with a shortcut, because everything in life is a program. Everything that you've ever done is a program, and programs are meant to be rewritten. So when you're looking for that shortcut, you can't do that. You're going to have to reboot the whole system and start from scratch. And that's going to take time. Okay. Number 3. And let me tell you, I'm so excited because this is like a big one, I think, for so many people. Staying present. You're like, what? That's right. If you have a hard time staying present, I teach mindfulness. I have almost 95,000 hours in teaching and practicing mindfulness. If you're always focusing on what you don't have and what you still need to do, and oh my God, I don't have enough, and constant comparison, or why didn't I do this? How could I do this? Okay, how can I get there now that I'm here and I'm X amount of years old and all these other people are ahead of me? How can I get there quicker? What kind of a shortcut do I need to get there? Yeah, you don't need a shortcut to get there. You're going to have to remember that everything in which you see around you, that you swear everybody's living a happier life, everybody's doing them, everybody's got this, you do not know what goes on in somebody's home behind closed doors. And I don't mean with other people, home here, home like not a home that people live, home here. You and only you are in charge of your goals and your intentions and your inspirations. No one else is. So if you're looking for a shortcut to try to get that fast money, or we all want the shortcut of the lottery. I mean, whatever. But that's just like, hey, got to play to win. Let's try it, but you can't constantly look for the shortcuts, because then you're going to take opportunities that you wouldn't normally take, or you're going to be in relationships that you don't really want because you just want to have a relationship like everybody else does. And you want the shortcut to get there. So you take the first person that comes into your life, or, oh my God, I need a shortcut to lose these 20 pounds. So I'm going to go on this big crash diet, which is going to be not great for you. And it's going to slow your metabolism, and it's going to create big problems with food. So you think that instant gratification, that shortcut to get there, is going to make you happy, but it's not giving you the resilience, the tools, and everything that comes along with it. So I need you to be very clear that every time you see yourself wanting that shortcut or looking for a fast fix, you can find the tools that are going to help you on your journey. That doesn't mean that it's a shortcut. It just means that it's one of many tools that's on your journey that's a contributing factor. So that's where you want to check yourself. Stop rushing the process. Stop looking for a fast fix. Stop looking for the shortcut to get there. It doesn't exist. You can't change your life overnight. You did not get here overnight. You will not unget here overnight. And this is the important factor for you. You have to sit in that space. You have to sit in that space. And you have to be okay with the slow and steady. You've heard people say it. I know it's annoying. It's so cliche. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. And for people who are impulsive and they want things right away and they want to feel good right away and they want to lose weight right away and they want to save money right away, doesn't happen. So commit right now. Here's your call to action. Commit right now to allowing yourself to go pump your brakes, slow down. Everything is not a stage 5 fire. It isn't. What are the things that are a priority to you? What are the steps you're going to take? What micro goals are you going to do? Build in the fact that you're going to fall backwards sometimes. That's okay. But as far as a shortcut, I'm going to need you to quit looking for one.